Let's be honest, the most dangerous thing about attraction isn't what she says to you, what she hides from you, 6 seconds. It's the thoughts she would never admit out loud. The moments when your name crosses her mind and she quickly pushes it away, the quiet fantasies she buries 15 seconds because even she doesn't fully understand them. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it completely. Because when a woman is 22 seconds secretly fantasizing about you, she doesn't make it obvious. She won't walk up and confess. She won't risk her image, her control, or her emotional 3030 second safety. Instead, it leaks out in ways most men overlook. Small shifts, subtle patterns, things that feel insignificant 3939 seconds until you realize they're not. The first sign is this. She reacts to you differently than she reacts to everyone. 4646 second cells, but she tries to hide it. You'll notice it in her eyes before anything else. There's a split second, just a fraction of a moment, where her guard 5454 seconds drops when she sees you. It's not dramatic, it's not exaggerated, but it's real. Her pupils adjust, her focus 1 minute, 1 second sharpens, and then just as quickly, she pulls herself back together, like she caught herself feeling too much. And here's where most men get it wrong. They look for loud signals, big smiles, 121 minute, 12 seconds, obvious flirting, clear interest, but real fascination, the kind she can't stop thinking about, that lives in contradiction. She might act distant, 201 minute, 20 seconds, but watch how she listens when you speak. She might tease you, but notice how she remembers the smallest details about you later. She might even act 291 minute, 29 seconds, uninterested, but somehow she's always aware of where you are. That's not coincidence. A 371 minute, 37 seconds woman who fantasizes about you doesn't just see you. She studies you quietly, carefully, without making it obvious. 451 minute, 45 seconds. She builds a version of you in her mind that goes beyond reality. And that version starts to pull her in. And the more she tries to ignore it, the 531 minute, 53 seconds stronger it becomes. You'll feel it in the tension between you. Conversations that last a little longer than they should, eye contact that lingers just a 2032 minutes, 3 seconds too much. Silence that feels charged, not awkward, not empty, 2082 minutes, 8 seconds charged. Because underneath it, there's something she's not saying, something she doesn't want you to see. And here's 152 minutes, 15 seconds, the truth. Most men aren't ready to hear. When a woman starts fantasizing about you, it's not just about attraction. It's about emotional 232 minutes, 23 seconds, curiosity. You've triggered something in her mind that she hasn't figured out yet. And that uncertainty, it's addictive. It makes her replay 312 minutes, 31 seconds conversations. It makes her wonder what you meant. It makes her imagine scenarios that haven't even happened yet feel real in her head. But she won't 402 minutes, 40 seconds tell you that. She'll show you in fragments. And if you're sharp enough to notice those fragments, you'll realize something powerful. You're not just on her radar, you're on her mind. When a 492 minutes, 49 seconds woman can't stop thinking about you, she doesn't chase you the way you expect. 532 minutes, 53 seconds, she places herself where you can't ignore her. Not aggressively, not obviously, strategically. She starts 3003 minutes appearing in your world in ways that feel accidental. The same places, the same conversations, the same circles, 30009 3 minutes, 9 seconds, and every time it happens, you might brush it off as coincidence, but it isn't. Because when she's fantasizing about you, your presence becomes 173 minutes, 17 seconds, something she seeks without admitting she's seeking it. She'll find reasons to be where you are, but she'll never make it look like she came for you. Instead, 263 minutes, 26 seconds, she creates moments where interaction feels natural, effortless, unplanned. 313 minutes, 31 seconds, and here's the detail most men miss. She watches how you react when she's there. 363 minutes, 36 seconds. Not what you say, how you react. Does your energy shift? Do you notice her? Do you treat her differently than others? 443 minutes, 44 seconds. Because while you think you're observing her, she's studying you even more. 483 minutes, 48 seconds. There's a quiet test happening and it goes deeper. You'll notice she starts engaging with you in small controlled doses. A quick comment, a brief 563 minutes, 56 seconds, interaction, a subtle joke, then she pulls back. Why? Because she's managing her own emotions. A woman who is 4034 minutes, 3 seconds, secretly thinking about you doesn't want to lose control of how she's perceived. She doesn't want to look too invested. 104 minutes, 10 seconds. So she gives you just enough and then disappears just enough. It creates confusion in your mind. One moment she's present, the next she's distant. But that inconsistency, it's not a game. 204 minutes, 20 seconds. It's restraint. She's trying to balance what she feels with what she's willing to show. And if you pay close attention, 274 minutes, 27 seconds, you'll notice something else. She remembers things you didn't even realize you said. A random detail, a passing comment, something insignificant to you, 374 minutes, 37 seconds, but somehow she brings it up later like it mattered because to her it did. 424 minutes, 42 seconds. That's what happens when someone lives in your head. You collect pieces of them, you replay them, you attach meaning to them, and she's doing that 504 minutes, 50 seconds with you silently. There's also a shift in how she responds to your attention. 564 minutes, 56 seconds. When you give it, she absorbs it, even if she pretends it's nothing. And when you pull it back, something changes. She 5 minutes, 3 seconds notices. Maybe she doesn't react immediately, maybe she acts unaffected. But internally, there's movement. 105 minutes, 10 seconds. There's awareness because your presence has already taken space in her mind. And when that space feels threatened, she feels it, but she won't admit that. 195 minutes, 19 seconds. Instead, she'll adjust her behavior in subtle ways. She might re-engage, she might create another coincidental 265 minutes, 26 seconds interaction. She might find a reason to pull your focus back toward her, not because she needs validation, but because she's already invested more than 355 minutes, 35 seconds she planned to be. And that's the part she's trying to hide, because once a woman realizes she's thinking about you more than she should, she becomes 435 minutes, 43 seconds, careful. Careful with her words, careful with her actions, careful not to reveal just how often you cross her mind. But no matter how careful she is, it leaks. 545 minutes, 54 seconds in timing, in presence, in the quiet patterns she doesn't realize she's creating. And if you're paying attention, you'll start to see it. 6 minutes, 2 seconds, you'll start to feel it. And once you do, you'll understand something most men never do. When she keeps showing up without a reason, you are the reason. 116 minutes, 11 seconds. When a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, her biggest struggle isn't hiding it from you, it's controlling it within herself. Because thoughts don't 206 minutes, 20 seconds just disappear, they evolve. They grow stronger in silence and eventually they start slipping into her behavior in ways 276 minutes, 27 seconds she doesn't fully control. This is where things get deeper. You'll notice she starts reacting to you emotionally even when the situation doesn't call for it. 366 minutes, 36 seconds. A simple comment from you might linger in her mind longer than it should. A small change in your tone might affect her more than she wants it to. And she's 446 minutes, 44 seconds won't understand why. Because what she's responding to isn't just the moment, 486 minutes, 48 seconds. It's the meaning she's already attached to you in her mind. When a woman fantasizes about you, she doesn't just see who you are. She begins to imagine 576 minutes, 57 seconds, who you could be to her. And that imagined version, it feels real. So when you speak, when you act, when you show up, it doesn't land on neutral ground. 7077 minutes, 7 seconds, it lands on top of everything she's already been thinking about you. That's why her reactions feel layered. 137 minutes, 13 seconds. Sometimes she'll seem slightly more affected than she should be. Sometimes she'll overanalyze what you said. 197 minutes, 19 seconds. Sometimes she'll go quiet, not because she has nothing to say, but because she's thinking too much and hears something subtle but powerful. She starts checking you, not aggressively, 307 minutes, 30 seconds, not confrontationally, but carefully. 337 minutes, 33 seconds, she'll question your intentions in small ways. She'll challenge your words just a little. She'll test your consistency without making it obvious. Why? Because 427 minutes, 42 seconds, if she's going to let herself feel this way, she needs to know you're real. She needs to know you're not just a fantasy. 487 minutes, 48 seconds. She created in her own mind. So she looks for cracks, not to push you away. 527 minutes, 52 seconds, but to protect herself from going too deep. At the same time, there's another shift happening. She becomes more aware of how she appears around you, not just 8018 minutes, 1 second physically, but emotionally. She'll start controlling what she reveals. 8058 minutes, 5 seconds. Filtering her thoughts, adjusting her tone, because part of her wants to express more, but another part of her is holding back. And that internal 148 minutes, 14 seconds. Conflict, you can feel it. Moments where she almost says something, then stops. 198 minutes, 19 seconds. Times where she looks like she's about to open up, then changes direction. 238 minutes, 23 seconds. Conversations that feel like they're on the edge of becoming something deeper. 278 minutes, 27 seconds, but never quite get there. That tension isn't random, it's restraint meeting desire. And the more she thinks about you, the harder that balance becomes. 368 minutes, 36 seconds, because her mind keeps pulling her forward while her caution keeps pulling her back. You become a question she hasn't answered yet. A possibility she 448 minutes, 44 seconds hasn't decided on. And that uncertainty keeps you alive in her thoughts, even when you're not around. Especially when you're not around, because that's when 528 minutes, 52 seconds, her mind fills in the gaps. That's when imagination takes over. That's when small moments between you start turning into something bigger in her head, 9019 minutes, 1 second, something more intense, something more personal. And here's the truth. When a woman starts reacting to you emotionally without fully understanding why, when 9099 minutes, 9 seconds, she begins testing you without making it obvious. When she seems caught between opening up and holding back, she's not confused about you. She's feeling more 189 minutes, 18 seconds than she planned to, and she's trying not to let it take over. But the more she tries to control it, the more it controls her. When a woman can't stop 279 minutes, 27 seconds thinking about you, silence becomes her loudest confession. Not what she says, 329 minutes, 32 seconds, what she doesn't say, because there will be moments where the conversation fades. 369 minutes, 36 seconds, where neither of you is speaking, and yet something is still happening between you, something unspoken, something 449 minutes, 44 seconds, heavy. And if you've ever felt that tension, that almost electric stillness, 509 minutes, 50 seconds, that's not emptiness, that's her mind working in real time. When she fantasizes about you, she doesn't just engage when words are being exchanged. 599 minutes, 59 seconds. In fact, the deepest moments happen when there are no words at all, because that's when she's not performing. That's when she's not choosing what to say carefully. That's when she's feeling 10, 0, 8, 1, 0 minutes, 8 seconds. You'll notice it in how she holds eye contact just a little longer than normal and then breaks it suddenly like she went too far. You'll catch her looking 10, 16, 10 minutes, 16 seconds at you when she thinks you're not paying attention. And when you do notice, she quickly redirects herself almost like she got caught, but not doing anything. 10, 25, 10 minutes, 25 seconds wrong, just revealing too much. And here's something most men never realize. 10, 3010 minutes, 30 seconds. When a woman is thinking about you constantly, she becomes hyper-aware of your presence. Even in a room full of people, she tracks you without looking 10, 3810 minutes, 38 seconds like she's tracking you. She notices when you laugh with someone else. She notices when your energy shifts. She notices who you give your attention to. 4,710 minutes, 47 seconds, not because she's jealous in an obvious way, but because your attention matters more than she wants it to. So she watches quietly. And sometimes that awareness creates small emotional slips. 5,910 minutes, 59 seconds, a subtle change in her mood when you engage with someone else, a slight withdrawal when she feels unnoticed, or even a sudden shift in energy when you 11,0711 minutes, 7 seconds, bring your focus back to her. They're small, almost invisible, but they're there because she's invested, even if she hasn't admitted it. There's also a 11 minutes, 15 seconds deeper layer. She starts mirroring you without realizing it. Your tone, your pace, your energy, it's subtle, but it happens naturally when someone is 11 minutes, 24 seconds mentally tuned into you because her mind is already aligned with yours. She's replayed your conversations enough times, imagined enough scenarios that 311 minutes, 33 seconds being around you starts to feel familiar, even if it shouldn't yet. And familiarity creates comfort, but also vulnerability. That's why you'll 4,211 minutes, 42 seconds sometimes feel her pull back just when things start feeling closer, just when the moment gets a little too real, a little too connected. She withdraws. Not 5,111 minutes, 51 seconds, because she's losing interest, but because she's feeling too much of it. 5,411 minutes, 54 seconds, too fast, too deeply, and she doesn't want to lose control, so she creates space, she resets, she regains 12,0112 minutes, 1 second composure. But here's what she can't reset the thoughts. Because once you've taken space in her mind, once you've become part of her internal world, 12 minutes, 10 seconds distance doesn't remove you, it amplifies you. She thinks about what you said, how you looked at her, how it felt to be around you, and those quiet 12 minutes, 19 seconds moments you shared, they replay over and over again, becoming more intense each time, more meaningful each time, until 12 minutes, 26 seconds, eventually what started as curiosity turns into something she can't ignore anymore. And by the time she realizes it, you're no longer just someone she 3,512 minutes, 35 seconds interacts with. You've become someone she feels even in silence. When a woman is secretly fantasizing about you, she 4,312 minutes, 43 seconds doesn't just think about you when you're around, she carries you into her private world. The moment she'll never see, the thoughts she'll never admit, because this 5,112 minutes, 51 seconds is where it becomes real. You stop being just a person in her environment, and you become a presence in her mind when she's alone. When there's no one to 13,0013 minutes impress, no image to protect, no reason to filter anything, that's when her guard is gone. And that's when her thoughts about you become the most honest. You'll never hear her say at 13,0013 minutes impressed, 11 seconds, but she starts imagining conversations that never happened. Replaying ones that did, changing small details, wondering 13 minutes, 18 seconds what you meant, wondering what would have happened if things went just slightly differently. And the more she does that, the more emotionally real you become to her, even outside of reality. 13 minutes, 29 seconds. This is where most men underestimate what's happening because they think attraction is about what happens face to face. But deep attraction, it grows in 3,813 minutes, 38 seconds absence. It builds an imagination, and when a woman reaches that point with you, you don't need to be there to affect her. You already do. You'll 4,713 minutes, 47 seconds, notice it indirectly. She becomes more intentional with how she presents herself when she knows she might see you. Not in an obvious way, but in the 5,613 minutes, 56 seconds details. The effort feels just a little more precise. The energy feels just a little more controlled because in her mind, you're not just anyone anymore. 14,0514 minutes, 5 seconds, you're you, the one she's been thinking about. And here's where it gets even more revealing. She starts creating emotional distance in moments where she 14 minutes, 13 seconds feels too exposed. Out of nowhere, she might seem colder, slightly more reserved, less expressive than before, 14 minutes, 20 seconds. And it confuses you because nothing changed, at least not on the surface. 14 minutes, 25 seconds, but internally, everything did. She felt herself getting too close, too invested. 14 minutes, 29 seconds, too mentally involved. So she pulls back to regain control. Not because she lost interest, but because she's trying to protect herself from how strong it's becoming. That push and pull you feel, 3,914 minutes, 39 seconds. That's not inconsistency, that's internal conflict. Part of her wants to move closer to you to explore what she's been thinking about, to see if the reality can match what she's imagined. 4,914 minutes, 49 seconds. But another part of her is cautious, because once she crosses that line, once those thoughts become real actions, 5,514 minutes, 55 seconds, there's no going back to pretending it's nothing. And that scares her. So she hovers in between, close, but not too close. Engaged, but not fully open. 15,041, 5 minutes, 4 seconds. Present, but still holding something back. And if you're paying attention, 15,081, 5 minutes, 8 seconds, you'll realize something powerful. She's already experienced you in her mind more times than you think. She's already felt versions of moments that haven't 15 minutes, 16 seconds happened yet. She's already imagined what it would be like if she stopped holding back, and that's why her behavior feels layered, because you're 15 minutes, 24 seconds, not just dealing with the version of her in front of you. You're dealing with everything she's been thinking about you in private, and the more those thoughts, 3,115 minutes, 31 seconds build, the harder it becomes for her to keep them hidden. By the time a woman reaches this point, she's no longer trying to figure out if she feels something for you. She's trying to 4,015 minutes, 40 seconds, decide what to do about it. Because everything you've seen up until now, the glances, the silence, the pullbacks, the 4,815 minutes, 48 seconds coincidences, the emotional shifts, they all lead here. A quiet internal decision. And this is the moment most 5,515 minutes, 55 seconds men completely miss because they're still looking for obvious signs while she's already deep inside her own mind, weighing the risk of letting you in. 16,041, 6 minutes, 4 seconds, you'll feel a shift. Not loud, not dramatic, but clear. She becomes more intentional with you. Her attention 16,041, 6 stops feeling accidental and starts feeling chosen. When she speaks to you, 16 minutes, 18 seconds, there's more presence, more focus, less distraction, like she's no longer just passing through moments with you, she's in them. And at the same time, there's a 16 minutes, 26 seconds, subtle vulnerability that wasn't there before. Not in what she says directly, 3,116 minutes, 31 seconds, but in how she says it. Her tone softens in certain moments, her guard lowers just slightly. She allows small pieces, 3,816 minutes, 38 seconds of her real thoughts to slip through things she wouldn't normally share with just anyone, because she's testing something deeper now. Not just who you 4,616 minutes, 46 seconds are on the surface, but how you handle her when she's real. And here's where everything becomes clear. She starts giving you windows, small opportunities, 5,516 minutes, 55 seconds moments, where you could step closer, 5,716 minutes, 57 seconds, where you could take the lead, where you could respond in a way that moves things forward. But she won't force it. She won't spell it out, because if she has to chase, if she has to make it obvious, 17:07:17 minutes, 7 seconds, it breaks the very tension that made her feel this way in the first place. So instead, she leaves the door slightly open and watches how you 17, 16, 17 minutes, 16 seconds. Respond, watch as if you notice, watch as if you have the awareness and the confidence to step into that space without being told. Because at this point, it's no longer about attraction. 17, 26, 17 minutes, 26 seconds. It's about alignment. Does the man she imagined in her mind match the man standing in front of her? That's the question she's answering now. And 3,517 minutes, 35 seconds, everything you do or don't do answers it for her. If you hesitate too much, she feels it. If you misread the moment, she's 4,317 minutes, 43 seconds notices. If you lack presence, she pulls back. But if you meet her in that space, 4,817 minutes, 48 seconds, if you respond with clarity, calm, and intention, something shifts because now it's no longer one-sided. Now, the 5,617 minutes, 56 seconds thoughts she's been having, the fantasies she's been hiding, the curiosity she's been holding back, they start turning into reality. And that's 18:04:18 minutes, 4 seconds, the moment where everything changes. Not loudly, not dramatically, but permanently. Because once a woman allows 18, 12, 18 minutes, 12 seconds, what she's been feeling in private to exist in real life, she doesn't go back to pretending it's nothing. She either moves forward or she walks away, 18, 21, 18 minutes, 21 seconds, completely. There is no in-between anymore. So here's the question you need to ask yourself, and I want you to 18, 20, 18 minutes, 28 seconds, answer it honestly in the comments. What is one moment in your life where you felt she was thinking about you, but you stayed silent? And if that moment, 3,718 minutes, 37 seconds happened again today, would you finally step forward or let it pass you again? If this hit deeper than you expected, 4,418 minutes, 44 seconds like the video, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to understand what they've been missing.